Good morning, folks. I think this is where we left off. The south central filament eruption that we analyzed on SOHO coronagraphs in which we expect to impact Earth. Since we last spoke, both Enlil spirals have been updated and show a likely impact tonight. We'll be keeping our eyes open for the solar wind effects from that one. Geomagnetic activity should elevate, but only to moderate levels. The last 24 hours on the sun were largely quiet, with a filament release off the northern departing limb and one small surge from the southern active region just about an hour ago. As you can see, there is no shortage of sunspot groups to monitor. We'll be keeping our eyes on not only the solar wind tonight, but the corona for more eruptive activity, and that monitoring will continue as we have more sunspots incoming. Top seismic event of the last day was a 6.3 that struck off the coast of Mexico this morning. It was just a few hours ago, so impact information is not available yet, but hopefully it being out to sea helped minimize the effects. Our eye candy today comes from James Webb, as an ESA video detailing its first-year images is out. The satellite has truly revolutionized how we view the cosmos, both from a scientific perspective and an aesthetic one. Its infrared cameras are by far the most incredible in its class and are providing more of what our eyes cannot see. Neither could Hubble. This is fun. How many times have we seen in the last few years something that they thought was impossible? It's almost like they don't understand the cosmos or something. Here, it's not only the existence of the radio signals and magnetic field, but the star only being about as hot as a small campfire. Solid study up next on magnetic field impact to bone healing and iron metabolism. We've seen several in this general field, but so far none in these specific subfields. The magnetic fields around us are more tuned in with natural biological processes than we can imagine, offering ever more insight into why it matters that the field is shifting now, just as it does on a regular cycle. And speaking of which, they just keep pushing this back further and further, as they should. Evidence of human activity in South America, now back to 25,000 years ago. This is important because in theory, they should have been there and peaked in their civilization activity just before the 24,000 years ago event. Why don't we see more activity from 24,000 to say 20,000 years ago? Because the civilization was devastated in the event 24,000 years ago. Doesn't mean we haven't risen before. We greatly appreciate your support. Check out links below the video in the description box. We'll do this all again tomorrow, right here, but right now it's 5 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.